Hi everybody, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Today we're talking about pinto beans, and I'm doing a comparison of dried versus canned pinto beans. Now regarding cost, when comparing the cost per serving, dried beans are certainly cheaper than canned beans. The cost of a serving of canned beans is usually about twice that of a serving of cooked dried beans. Even if we took into consideration the cost of the water and the electricity or the gas used to cook those dried beans, it's still very likely going to be a lot cheaper to use the cooked dried beans. Now, if you want to save some on water, save some on electricity or gas, cook a large amount of dried beans at one time, package them in whatever you want to put them in, freezer bags or containers, glass jars, whatever you're comfortable with. Put them in the freezer and they'll keep for you until you're ready for them. Okay, so that's a good way to have them ready on hand. Now, as far as convenience, obviously your canned beans are going to be winning hands down on that because they're already cooked, they're ready to go. You just open the can and you could drain them and rinse them off a little bit and then eat them. If worse comes to worse and you've got an emergency situation where your water is shut off, your electricity is shut off, you could open those canned beans and just eat them straight out of the can. So I think canned beans are a very vital thing to have in your pantry at all times for the sake of emergencies. Do make sure you run through those cans on a routine basis so they don't sit there for 25 years on end, because that may be a problem in itself. They won't be good. Monitor your canned foods. If they bulge, if they're rusting, if they're severely damaged in any way, get rid of them, especially if they're bulging. They can explode. I have had that happen, or my parents did actually when I was growing up. It's not fun to have a can of food explode in your house. So do beware of that, but it's a very unlikely event. So I do advocate having canned beans available all the time in case of an emergency, or maybe you're just short on time and you don't have any cooked dried beans available. Open up a can. It's good for you. Now, continuing on with the convenience, a lot of people think that cooking dried beans is a pain. It's a time-consuming endeavor. It's really not when you're considering hands-on time. It takes very little time to sort through those beans, looking for stones or debris or funky-looking beans that you want to get rid of before you get into your cooking process. And then to soak them, all you do is pour water over them in a pot and walk away and let it sit for overnight or during the day, however long you're going to soak them. And then when it comes time to cooking them, you can either cook them in the crock pot, in a pressure cooker, or on the stove. You rinse them and put fresh water in the pot and you cook them. It's not a lot of hands-on time involved. So yes, you do need to be around, but you could even put them on to soak while you're off at work during the day. So it's not a big deal to cook dried beans once you get the hang of it. Now, regarding nutritional value, the nutritional value of canned versus cooked dried beans is virtually about the same, because either way they have been soaked and cooked. And even in the canned, I mean, they have to be completely cooked, and you cannot eat beans raw. That's not a good thing to do. So either way, the nutritional value is about the same. So there's no advantageous thing there whether you eat cooked or canned. Now, additives may be something that you're concerned with. If you look at the label of canned beans, a lot of times they have, I believe it's calcium chloride added to them as an ingredient to help preserve the color or a firming agent, something like that. They may have salt added in them. They may have a coloring in there a little bit. So if additives are an issue for you, you have two options. One, you can cook dried beans, then you have complete control over what's in them. or opt for organic canned beans and read the label. They still may have salt in there, but they shouldn't have any other additives in them as well. And you may be able to find unsalted organic beans, and they'll just be beans and water, and then you've got what you need. Now, BPA is another issue that a lot of people are concerned with nowadays. It's an anti-corrosive agent that is added to, or has been added to, can liners for some number of years, and we've since realized that they do have some harmful health effects to them. Some manufacturers are now canning their foods with non-BPA linings. So if BPA is something you're concerned with, one, you can cook dried beans, you know there's no BPA there, or you can read the label carefully. Sometimes they'll say it's packaged in a can without using BPA in the lining. Sometimes that information will be stamped either on the top or the bottom of the can. So you want to look at the can carefully to see if it mentions BPA free in the can. If it does not mention it, chances are there's BPA in the lining, and so if that's an issue for you, then you might want to opt for something else. Taste is another thing that is worthy of comparing here, because there is a difference in the flavor of cooked dried beans versus canned beans, especially canned beans that are not organic and that may have additives, firming agents, coloring agents in them. They will impart a bit of a flavor to those beans. Now, taste is subjective. What I taste and what I don't like or do like is going to be different than what you taste or don't like or do like. So it's a matter of your personal preference. But if you don't like the flavor of those additives that are added to canned beans, if you can't find organic ones that are made to your liking, then you really should just opt for cooking dried beans. I do hope this helps. This is Judi at Judi in the Kitchen. Bye for now.